Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I have been away for a little bit. I understand that things are busy. It is also the summertime. We're trying to get out a little bit, so I do apologize for that, as usual. What I've been up to, not too much. I bought some fuel, and I had to make this. I made a ship here, just a larger crabbing vessel, because we can safely use these vessels in the Arctic without worrying about the enemy. And then I just made a little bit of money, that's all. Not very much. Just so I could repay the fuel. And then I had to make some... I had to purchase the solid rocket fuel for the rockets. So we're just going to go over here, we're going to go over that. So, once you've purchased the solid rocket fuel, and you've brought it back to your base, it will stay in that base. So what do I mean? What do I mean by that? So like the actual solid rocket fuel pucks, you can't just suck the pucks out of the base. Here, well, I'll cover that. I'll explain that right here. We'll go over it. Now let me just do a quick check on the audio. Here, we can try that. I'm still. We can try that, see how that works. I don't know. That's how it goes. Blue Truckin' City. This is our wonderful little channel. Our low budget channel. I love it. Alright, so let me go over what I mean. Okay, so I made, I don't even know if I still have it. Oh yeah, this here. Okay. We'll spawn this in. So I went and I bought some fuel, right? And as you can see, we'll go on the map. We'll spawn this in. No, you stay there. As you can see on the map, there's solid repellent in here, okay? But if I come over here to the mineral bin, listen, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work out. You're going to have to go down there, bud. Okay, so if I come over here to the mineral bin, it says that there's nothing in it. Alright, so turn on our systems. Monitor. And then start it. Okay, so you're gonna see, and then, so here's what I thought. I thought, okay, you know, I'll pick it up. I'll go over. So what this is that I'm about to pick up here, it's a funnel. Why is it, reverse? Anyways, okay, so this, oh, I gotta pick it up from this side. Oops. Wind here. And then there might even be, oh yeah, the camera. Okay, so we're gonna pick this thing up. Alright, it's just a funnel. It's just a funnel, that's all it is. So we'll unlock the boom. Okay, and then I could just reverse it over here. Right, so I thought, okay, in order to load these bins, right, let's just say in theory, I have to bring this thing over here and plant it down. What's up, Maestro? He's got cat's trying to jump up there, and I'm. Oh, what's going on here? No, no, I don't want you up here, cat. Come on, just give me some time here, cat. Come on. I don't have a whole lot of time to make these videos, and every second counts. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do that because everybody's upset with me. Even though I haven't been able to make videos for a week or so. Alright, yeah, even the cat's like, hey, what are you doing? So we're over top, right? This is a funnel here, the funnel's there, okay? We're over top of it. So I thought, you know what, I should be able to just suck the resources out. Come on, man, get down. And then... So we turn the vacuum on. Okay, the vacuum is true. And then we turn this funnel on, which is true. And then, but what's happening? It's not... You see, we're not able to take the solid repellent out of the base. So, what I then had to do is, the only way to take the solid rocket propellant out of the base is to take it out in the form of a rocket, essentially. So I just made a bin like this, and I took these the fuel boosters, and I just put a bunch of fuel boosters in there. So I'll spawn this in. See, it says missing solid propellant to fill it up, right? So now in this bin, let's see. Now there's no more solid repellent. It's all inside the missiles. There's no warheads on them, right? It's just the rockets itself. And then if we sort of quote unquote load that back into the base, now the rocket propellant is back here. So I just wanted to kind of cover that. Like there's a few things that you need to consider when you are dealing with the rocket propellant. You either need to make sure that you bring it back to the base that you're operating at, or if you need to transfer it from one area to another, you have to transfer it in the form of a rocket. Otherwise, it's just, and it could just be like a whole bunch of these little boosters if you want to. Or what I did is I just took the fuel, right? I just made the fuel cells. So that's basically what's inside here, right? That's it. Now, I don't know how much it holds. It holds whatever it's going to hold. And that's it. So that's what I figured. I came here, I was kind of dealing with it, and then I thought, okay, so that's how I have to export it. Now, why did I choose these size bins? Well, inside the aircraft, all right, in the back, I can load bins from the side into here and slide them forward. So this is sort of what needs to be engineered next. The bins have brakes. I can turn the brakes on, but they still need to be secured in here somehow during flight, just in case, so they start moving around. Chances are they'll move backwards instead of forwards. Yeah, so I just need to figure out how that is going to work. I'm not sure. See, and then what I need to do is I need to extend these probably to here and get them so they can move up and down, and that way we can slide out whatever. So yeah, so that is what I have been working on. So again, I do apologize for not putting out videos regularly. I know it's kind of frustrating when you're following a channel and then they're putting out videos constantly and then all of a sudden they fall off, you know, and then it's like, oh man, you really enjoy the content, but then all of a sudden you can't enjoy the content because there's not enough new fresh stuff coming out. So I am trying to figure out just kind of develop a differing schedule. Like I say, you know, it'll be between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. probably for putting out videos. That's just the way it goes. So yeah, just kind of a little information on the channel here. Putting that out. That's how we're going to transfer the solid fuel. Because we need to go back to the battle zone. And now I have missiles here, right? So I mean, these missiles here might even be enough to gobble up. Let's see, if I just spawn this in without even needing the bins. Yeah, look at that. That sucks up half of the fuel that I have just in the rockets that are on the aircraft, right? And this is just for like, there's those fighter jets that come at us, and if a fighter jet happens to come close, you fire a couple of these and it'll knock the fighter jet out of the sky, no problem, right? We've tested that. We know it works. So that's all that is. This isn't meant to fight. It's just meant to like be a quote-unquote heavy lift transportation aircraft, right? So yeah, so then what I'm going to do is, now what we'll go over is we will go over how to obtain the solid rocket fuel. So first we need a helicopter. Okay, and then the second thing we need is a bin. And then the next video I'm going to put out is going to be 360 radar. Alright, the next one is going to be 360 radar. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to go over how to... Let me see if I can explain it. I'm going to go over how to make the radar, make the dials, all that sort of stuff. There's a couple of videos coming up with that. But in the meantime, I do have some other work that I need to do. That's the unfortunate thing when you have to take time out. You fall behind. Okay, so falling behind, and I don't like it. So we can do that, and then let's see. We'll take care of this here. We just need some ropes. Okay, just like that. Perfect. Easy peasy. Spawn that in. I probably should have saved it, but that's okay. It's going to be on the autosave. Ooh, that took a little... took a little while. The old computer. This thing will be obsolete in just a couple of months. I'm excited. It'll actually be officially obsolete in October, I think. Okay, so I just attached the ropes. All right. Ooh, it's going to be a night flight. Looks like. Right, so you just have a bin like this. This is probably the easiest thing you can do, unless you come out here with a train, and then you sort of have to find the right track. But if you fly out here, like I did, let's try to make sure this is not going to destroy the bin before I'm able to fill it up. What's going on? No. Go forwards. Go forwards, helicopter. Okay. So in my case now, every spawn is different. The layout of the Arctic is a little bit different. In my case here, it's actually over this way. I don't know, it'll be about a 5-minute flight. Not long. Yeah, and then essentially we just fill up the bin, and then we bring it back here and put it inside the port, or put it inside the base, and that's it, right? So now, if you go to the hospital here in the Arctic, there is a diesel pump where you can buy fuel there. So you don't have to be too concerned about carrying fuel all the way to the Arctic. You can get jet fuel, and you can get oil, and you can get diesel here. Looking to see if I can see the what's that? Oh, there's a helicopter way over there in the sky. Could run containers. Alright, so we gotta go way, way, way over here. See, I hadn't really thought about this, but for the uranium, I might end up doing the same thing. Using the helicopter and the bin for the processing. Right, because you don't need a whole lot. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Oh, it looks like there's another rail line that goes past this. I wonder where that goes. I wonder if that's the port way out there. It goes out that way. I don't know where it goes to. Way over there somewhere. Oh, looks like there's a wave. Yeah, so I mean, likewise, you can take a train and come all the way out here and fill the train up with the solid fuel and take it back to the desert or wherever you are. Just like I say, we just have to remember that if you're to transport it from there to somewhere else, it'll need to go in the form of a rocket instead of as a fuel puck. So, I mean, I don't know, 6 in one, half dozen in the other, I guess. For me, it kind of would have been nice to be able to transport the fuel, the solid fuel puck. But I guess it's the same. It's the same thing, really, when you think about it. All right. We'll come down here for a landing. That's funny. I really need to open this up and put some cameras in here or something like that. All right, so need to be careful with this bin swinging around. There we go. Now we just have to move. Oh, that was close. Let's see. We gotta go this way. This way. This way. What was that? Am I? I guess I can push the bin if I'm too, there we go. Alright, so here we are. It was a quick little flight, actually. It wasn't too bad. Of course, it's got the, we can push it that way if we need to. I wonder how far it's going to let me go. Flashlight's almost empty. Not gonna work? I think so. Let's test it out. Yeah, there we go. I just have to try not to buy too much. Well, I have the crab fishing boat, but still, I don't want to try not to buy too much. And there's no fill level on this. I don't know how many, it's 2 medium bits, so whatever they'll hold. 100 maybe. Yeah, basically that. So if you had a rail car, you'd have your rail car there and this would swing out. I could probably fill this bit up, no problem. Oh yeah. I don't know how much more I need. I'll take as much as I can get. I wonder if there's a flashlight in here. There is. Right, now we can go back to the war zone and we can start launching, because the enemy has taken the mainland, so we can start launching tanks and stuff with rockets on them and we can test all that stuff out. Alright, that should be good. That's a good little amount there. We'll turn that off. Let's see this one here. And then this one here. There. Yes. All right, we're off. back to base. Probably go this way. Right, so that's that. So once we bring this back to the air base, again, the only way to transport it out of the air base is in the form of a rocket. So I just wanted to kind of put that information out there. I know I've explained that a couple of times, so that way you know you're prepared when you come to the Arctic. You'll know. So now what I need to test out is the loading of the plane. Ooh, this thing's swinging around. And I'm hoping I can use the tractor for that. I can just pull it out. I get it ready on the tarmac and then have it just sitting there. Ooh, something is going on. Something just slowed the game. Did you see that? Red? There was a red spot over there in the water, and then the game just totally took a dump. I don't know what that was. Odd. Huh? Oh, what's going on? Oh no! Oh, what happened? Really? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm sorry, that was a waste of 20 minutes. I don't know what happened there. Oh my, oh my. Well, anyways, that might have to do it for today's video. I know sometimes people don't understand that things like this happen. And yeah, that was 30 minutes. So now I have to repeat all of that. Just the flight. You know, people wonder why. It takes a little bit to get these videos out. Now I don't know what happened there. Man. There wasn't any lightning. I tell ya. Or there could have been. I didn't hear any lightning. Unless I turned the system. I might have turned the systems off. when I press the start button, actually, now that I think about it. It's the only thing that I can think of, because I looked down at my dial, my gauges, and they weren't lit up. So that's probably what happened. I think it was my own fault. But now I'm curious to know what the what that red ship was. It despawned. That's the game sort of crapped out there, because there was a ship that was despawning. I wonder what it was. Alright, so now I gotta do this all over again, but this shouldn't take too long, because we're only doing the flight. Oh, man. So that's kind of part of it too, right? It's good to see that. The, you know, mistakes. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, well. Yeah, I think I turned off the systems button, and so that I turned off the fuel pump, basically. Man. Well, now you're watching it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so on the way back, we'll see right over here to my left in the water. I don't know if it'll happen again. I'll have to look through the footage, but there was a red dot in the water there. And then it disappeared. Oh, we gotta go over this way. So I think there's 16 missiles on the aircraft, and that's about half the fuel that we have. So that also kind of gives you an indication that you're going to need a lot of fuel if you plan on shooting a lot of missiles. Oh, and I have to do that ultra sweet landing again. All right. We are here again. See, if I can position the bin this time without having to disconnect it. Let's see if I rotate this way. Precision. That actually could work. Let's see. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. How's that? Yeah, I can push that a little bit. All right. Perfect. Yeah, I think when I started it, I turned off the systems button, and that turned off the electronics for the aircraft when I flew back, and I think that's why it crashed. All right. This is it, though. We need materials for war. This is how we're getting our materials for war. Without this, we can't shoot missiles, and guns are okay, but it's going to be cool to go to the, to test out some missiles. There's some really neat stuff we need to try out here. All right, so we're filling up again. Oh my goodness. I might not have a chance in this video to fill up the aircraft. We'll get about 250 this time. All right, another 100. Got lots of money. I think this is for the brakes on the bin, I'm pretty sure. So now you could store these bins and you could load these bins onto the aircraft. You could send them back as well. You don't have to export it, but just the thing is you have to collect it and then store the bin. You can't, as soon as you put the bin back in the base, it's empty, right? And then this gets stored into the base, so. Alright, we'll stop there. Oh, it's full. Look, I got pucks on top. Neat. Well, let's hope it all makes it. What are we at for 36? What if we... 45. Just try and get a little more thrust here. Fighting the wind. See if that red light appears again. No, I don't see it this time. Yeah, I must have turned off the system button. That's the only thing I can think of, because we're fine now. Oh, that was horrible. Oh yeah, all the pucks that were sitting on it they're gone. They've disappeared now. Okay, so as you can see, we have 226 in here right now. And then if I exit that, we now have 476. Cool. So let me see what, wait for the save here. If I load this bin, ooh, that's quite a bit. So 2 of those bins will be everything that I, all right, should be all of it. So, yeah, now this is where the fun part of this bin comes in is, so we'll need 2 of them. I mean, 3 is what will fit in the aircraft, but we can carry 2. That should work for now, because we don't have enough for the 3rd one. They're just, like I say, just bins for rockets, right? So then now to load those into the we need this here. So this will load them into the aircraft. But then we either need to taxi with the aircraft, or we could try and use this machine to pull, you know. So I'll save this as just like that, and then what we need to do is we need to figure out the aircraft here. Alright, so if this is sitting right on the ground, we could pull the aircraft from here. What is that? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. All right. All the prep work, right? Every time we set something up, it's all the prep work that we need to do. So if we come off of here, just like that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where the connector is on the aircraft. So all right, and then we'll have like that. Now I think that'll be enough. Yeah, I don't know. Better to be safe than sorry. So we can do that even. And just extend it. There we go. So now we should be able to pull the aircraft out and move the bins out of the way, right? Spawn the aircraft in, pull it out, put the brakes on, and then we can load this into the aircraft. So that's going to be the next video, loading into the aircraft and then heading back to the war zone. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. I really do apologize that I haven't been putting out consistent videos. I'm trying. The struggle is real. I'll see you all in the next one.